I've been thinking about the three kings lately. I have preached in sermons the well-known joke that makes fun of these three people and the types of gifts they brought to Jesus. You know how the joke goes. If they had been three wise women, they would have brought diapers and a bottle of wine and something more fitting for welcoming a baby into the world. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Lovely ideas, but in reality, they're just three more things Mary and Joseph will have to lug around. I have also preached about how powerful these three gifts actually are, not because of their monetary value, but what they symbolize. If you're curious, go ahead and ask Google to look it up for you. There's also this other joke about why the three kings were so late to the party. Again, this joke makes fun in general sweeping assumptions about men and their lack of desire to ask for directions. Yeah, that joke has made it into my sermons a few times as well. But this year I sat with the three kings. I pulled up a piece of rug around their campfire, and I was primed to ask them why it took them so much longer to make it to the cradle of Christ. And I was just about to pose the question when one of the kings turned to me and said, "Why did it take you so long to journey to Jesus?" I was not prepared to be asked this question. I mean, this was supposed to be the question I asked them. And I turned over bits and pieces of a hastily unprepared answer when one of the kings put his hand on my shoulder and smiled a big, deep, face-covering smile, letting me know that they were only kidding. "You are not the first to desire an answer to that question," the king spoke. "We get asked this often, especially around this time of year. The short answer to your query is this: the journey took as long as it needed to take for us to make our way to the child. Besides, how boring would a road trip be without any stops along the way?" The kings were nice guys who had, over the course of their journey, developed a wonderful and welcoming spirit of hospitality among them. It was clear I was not the first person to seek them out, with judgments and curiosities overflowing my own well of wonder. They didn't have any room in their caravan to carry with them my worry of them running late. They didn't have any room in their caravan to carry with them my anxiety about their tardiness. In their hearts and in their speed, they were making good time. And by good, they meant following faithfully the path before them. How does that song go? You can't hurry love, no, you just have to wait. For 2 years, the kings carried their gifts for the child. And for 2 years, the weight of those gifts became intertwined with their own skin, their own souls, their own spirits. So much so that when they finally arrived at their destination, the gifts that they put before Jesus were covered in their DNA, covered in their pieces of the journey that they took to get there. The cases carrying their gifts weren't brand spanking new and pristine any longer. They were dirty and probably a little dented, lost its shine. But after 2 years, no gift they presented would compare with the gift they received. 2 years, a lifetime, a journey that changed their hearts forever, and of course, being awed by the child they have been seeking. And as the kings packed up to continue their journey, I thought about my own journey and how long it took me to make it to the manger. I'll save that story for another day, but what I can say is it took me much longer than 2 years. And by the time I got there and knelt before Christ, I understood that it wasn't my gifts I was carrying. I was carrying the gifts given to me by the journey, by the U-turns, by the times my heart had been broken and healed. By the time I got to the manger, all of my assumptions had been lost along the way, and I was ready to present the me I had become as the only gift I could carry and lay at the feet of Christ. When all is said and done, 2 years doesn't seem long enough. But they were wise men. They were wise people. And their only hope was to come and pay homage to the King.